Hello and welcome to A Pack With Me. If you are new here, my name is Emily and I make cruise and travel videos, and today we are packing for a 5-night cruise to Belgium and the Netherlands, sailing from Southampton. I'm going to take you through everything I am packing on my 5-night cruise. I am travelling solo, so everything you see is what will be coming with us. We've done a few cruises now, so I am well versed in what to take. I know the ship as well that we are going on, which is P&O Iona, and I have sailed on the ship before, so again I know what the ship has and also what it doesn't, so I know what I need to take with me or not take with me, as the case may be. There's a few things that I have taken on previous cruises I won't be taking, and that's simply because of A, the ship, and B, the destinations. So let's get into packing. The first thing I do when I am packing for any trip is to plan my outfits. So I have gone through my outfits, planned what I'm taking with me, and I'll go through that with you now. First up is evening dresses. So it is a 5-night cruise, so I like to dress up. So for 4 of those nights it's smart casual, and then 1 night is formal night. So I like to dress up. I appreciate not everybody does, but I do, and so that is what I'm basing it on. So let's show you what I'm taking for the evening. This is my dress for the formal night. Formal night takes place on the sea day on our cruise. So it is a navy blue sort of floaty chiffon pleated dress. Absolutely love this dress. It's just so pretty and I love the navy blue, so that is my formal night dress. Other dresses I've got are here, so these are the 5 other dresses I am taking. The first one is a navy jumper dress. I wear this quite frequently, it's just such a pretty fit. I love the sleeves on it, the belt, so that is a go-to. Second dress is again navy, my colour scheme. It's just this really pretty navy knee-length dress. This is going to be my dress for afternoon tea. I have got afternoon tea booked in the Epicurean, so I thought this would be a great dress to wear. I've then got this dress for one of the smart casual nights. It's just a really simple black midi dress. I don't iron any of my dresses prior to the cruise because they're going to get creased in the suitcase and during packing, so I will iron them once I get on board. Iona, along with all the P&O fleet, does have laundrettes, so with that in mind I will just iron all my dresses before we get on board. Next one is probably the one that actually has colour. It's sort of a denim blue midi dress. Love this dress, it's so pretty. And then final dress is again midi sleeved dress. This is like an olive green colour. It's showing up, I'm not sure, but it's an olive green colour, sort of a linen material. So they are my dresses. I also have this outfit which I will be wearing on board sort of when I'm getting ready in my cabin. It's a shirt and short set. And it's just really nice for getting ready or for going to the pool in that, or going down to the spa. A great sea day outfit. Other things I've got hanging, I've got my 3-in-1 waterproof coat that will absolutely be coming with me. It's currently not due to rain. I'm just seeing the deer out my window, sorry. It's not currently due to rain for our trip, but you never know, and it is only going to be about 8 or 9 degrees, so definitely a fleece and coat weather trip. So I've got that. I will link that because it's a very popular coat, and I've had it for a while now and it really is a very good coat. Final item then for the hanging items, I've got a denim shirt to wear with leggings for one of my days in port. So that is my dresses and sort of things that are hanging. I have now got everything laid on the bed that I am taking with me, so that's going to be clothes, accessories, tech, all those bits, so we'll go through them. Starting on this side of the bed, so I have got my pyjamas. They need ironing. A few of my items need ironing and I haven't done it yet, so they need ironing, but my pyjamas. I have swimming costumes, so I always take my swimming costumes in these bags because they're sort of waterproof. Iona does have a selection of pools on board, and I do love swimming when I'm on a cruise, providing the pool is at least semi-heated. So I've got 2 swimming costumes there. Because the weather is looking about 8 or 9 degrees, I have got a scarf and a pair of gloves for whilst we're exploring the ports. I have got a selection of leggings for gym wear as well as port days and just general bits and pieces. I've got a hoodie. I've got a selection of t-shirts, tops and a jumper. I've got culottes, which I'll probably wear down to Southampton on the day, a pair of jeans, and then I've got underwear, socks, bras, shorts, all those bits and pieces. This is what I'm taking in my hand luggage. I'm very excited. I will show you my hand luggage in a minute, but Mum and I got new hand luggage for Christmas and I'm really excited to use it. But this is everything we've got. So I've got a pouch here that's got like bits and pieces for just travel, so hairbrush, deodorant, hand sanitizer, some makeup, wet wipes, pen, those types of things. This is really handy actually because on disembarkation day, if you've put your suitcase out the night before, this then has things like my deodorant in where I can just use it on the morning we disembark. There's also some lip balm. This is my Amazon Fire. I use this as my Kindle. It's getting a bit slow, so I think this year I will be investing in an actual Kindle, but that's for me to do my reading. I have got my laptop. This laptop case is from the Inspired Stories. This case is so beautiful. It's like corduroy. It's got this little pouch. Such a beautiful laptop case. I've then got my in-ear headphones. These are the Sony ones. I really like them. I've got my passport, my insurance documents and my travel health card, my purse. I've got euros, both in change and cash. I've got my Awala water bottle. I've had this for a few months now and I really like it. It's got a, you can either sip it or you've got the straw option, and I just really like that. It keeps my water cold for a long time. So I've got that okay with me. I've got some fruit, summer fruit squash. I've got a full size charger, so when we're doing excursions and that, if I need to charge my phone or anything, particularly because I'm alone, that has got that on, and I'll be using like maps and that on my phone. Sunglasses and an umbrella. I've then got a MagSafe charger for convenience of charging my phone. One thing I really like doing actually, with the good thing about like in-ear headphones, is if you are, a good idea if you are traveling and you're maybe somewhere you don't know, rather than having your phone out and using Google Maps and following it, everybody then knows that you don't know where you're going. I like to put one headphone in my ear and put my phone in my pocket or in my bag and then just follow the verbal directions, because then it just looks like you're walking and you're not following directions. So that's a little travel tip I like to use. I've then got my tech stuff, so that will be going in my hand luggage. And then I think that is all that's going to go in my hand luggage. I'm trying to keep my hand luggage quite light. The only other thing that might go in my hand luggage is going to be my Mulberry handbag and maybe my jewellery. But everything else then, so I've got some Cliff bars. I love these bars. I had them in America years ago. They're not easy to get in England, but I did manage to get them from Amazon, but they were quite a bit of money for a selection. But they're all really nice, and I just thought they were great little energy bars for when we're out exploring. I have got my tripod. I also forgot I've got my DJI camera here, which I'll be vlogging on, the spare battery and the microphone. And then I've got my phone tripod as well to take photos when I am out all by myself. Tripod for the cabin. I've got my first aid kit, I'll go through that. Travel mirror for doing my makeup. Makeup, which I'll go through. And my makeup towel. I always like to take a makeup towel with me, just because I like to clean my brushes before I use them, and so I don't want to get the P&O or any other cruise lines or hotels towels dirty, so I always take a towel with me to do my sponges and my makeup brushes. Jewellery pouch, that'll go in my hand luggage, so I'm actually going to pop that down there. I've got my Kipling backpack and just a little pouch that has tissues, plasters, medicine whilst we're on the go. A little sewing kit. This sewing kit was in a bag, but I love this little pouch. I got it, like, pops open and it just clips closed, so that's got my little sewing kit in. I've then got a little pouch for bits and pieces. I've got my hair stuff, so that's got my hair towel in, my hairbrush, hairspray, hair gel, clips, all those kinds of bits and pieces, hairbands. I've got my straighteners, and then I've got my toiletry bag. Packing cubes, I am the biggest fan of packing cubes. I love a packing cube, so I've got them here to use as I need to when I'm packing. And then final bits, a couple of headbands for wearing as accessories, and then a cap. Hand luggage wise, I am going to be using my new foldy. Mum and I got these for Christmas. She got like a nude one, but olive green, like I think this was the army green one. And I am this is the army green one, I think that's what it's called. It's a foldy bag, but I'm so obsessed. I absolutely love it. It's got great compartments, great organisation. And in addition, Mum and I also did get the little sling bags to go with it, so I'm going to show you how I pack them. So that's going to be my hand luggage. But I love the fact it's got lots of compartments, both inside and outside. It's got a waterproof compartment, so for like swimming costumes or that, if you're going just before you fly or use it, it's got a waterproof pouch. It's got a drinks compartment. It's got the nice long carry handles, but it also then has a shoulder strap, and then it's got the sleeve at the back for your suitcase. So they're the two pieces I'm taking for hand luggage, and suitcase wise I am taking my large trip suitcase. I've had this years. It is a bit scuffed, the wheels are a bit dodgy, so I do think soon I will have to get a new suitcase. But also on our most recent trip, I think it was when we went on Azura, the lock burst, so I have to use a TSA lock, which is fine. The suitcase is still usable, and I don't want to buy a new suitcase until I really need to, because it gets scuffed, it gets marked, everything, so it's still usable. So I'm going to use this one. I have got this plastic cover. This is where my label for my cabin is going to go. I just need to print it, and I've got my TSA log in there for ease. But you just pop your cruise line luggage label in there. It just stops it getting wet if it's outside in the rain or easily tagged off, you know, or having to carry sellotape or a stapler. Just nice and easy. And then we've got our luggage label. So that's what I'm going to use. I've got shoes. Shoes wise, I'm taking 4 pairs of shoes, which I think for me is remarkably good. 1 pair I'll be wearing. So I've got my shoes for the evening. So these are new look little heeled shoes, really nice and comfy, so I can wear them every evening. I've got 2 pairs of Skechers trainers because I'm all about comfort, and Skechers really are the best trainers for comfort. And then a pair of flip-flops for around the ship or at the spa. That is everything. So let me show you what is in the specific pouches, and then we can get packing. Right, so we'll go through the pouches for what I've got. So first up is my makeup pouch. So this is a Kipling toiletry bag or flat lay bag, and it's got all of my makeup in. So it's got setting spray, makeup brushes, sponges, concealer, foundation, powder, everything relating to my makeup is in there. And I just love that it's then really compact and it can just go in. That is, as I said, the sewing kit. So really handy for keeping that. And I like that it's in a hard container, so it's nice and secure. This is my toiletry bag. So in my toiletry bag, if you've seen these videos before, this is an old toiletry bag from Amazon, but in here we have collagen sachets. I've got my toothpaste and my hair wrap for when I take my makeup off. In the top pouch I have got my cleanser for evenings, my day moisturiser, my morning moisturiser, my toner, my evening moisturiser, and then a little mini oil that I need to finish, face cloth, and then my reusable cotton pads. And then in the main compartment I have got my perfumes. I use Jo Malone perfume, but I decant into these little twist bottles because it takes up so much less space when traveling. It also means the glass jars aren't broken. I'm taking vitamin D, they are in there. I need to find like a little pill pot where I can just take what I want for the cruise rather than taking my large jar. I've got a hand cream and foot cream. I've got a nail file and a reusable cotton bud. Pack of tissues because there's never a time that you don't need tissues. It's not going to be that sunny on board, but I do have a SPF 30 by Ultra Sun just in case. Then got my deodorant, and then I've got a lint roller and my razor. If you're wondering why I don't have any shampoo, conditioner, body wash, etc., that is because it is all included on a P&O cruise and you don't need those products. Shampoo, body wash and hand wash is all included in your cabin, and it's in your cabin when you get there. If you want conditioner, you simply have to ask your cabin steward and they will provide you with some. So that's my toiletries. Anything that's from like Amazon or that I've bought online that I will link below. Next up we have got my hair pouch. So in here I have got hair clips, hair gel for like flyaways, frizz things. My hair's so frizzy at the moment, so I'm trying frizz products. Hairbrush, a hair wrap for when I wash my hair, rather than using like a hand towel. I just find that makes my hair wash and dry so much better. Hairspray, and then a pouch full of hair bands and clips. And then this has just got my straighteners in. Next up we've got the first aid pouch. So I think whilst you're on a cruise ship and they do have a full medical centre on board, the medical centre will charge you for everything and anything, and I don't know if it's included on your insurance, so certainly you have to pay for using the medical centre on board, even if it is for things like anti-sickness tablets. So I take some basics with me. Every time I travel, it just stays in this pouch and I fill it up as I go and as I need to. But this just goes in the suitcase, and if I have to use it, it's there, but if I don't, it just sits there and I replenish as needed. In here we have sturgeon, anti-sickness travel tablets. I do get motion sickness on cruise ships. It's not going to stop me cruising, so I just take tablets. I find sturgeon to be the most effective for me, but there's lots of other brands available. I also take these, or use these motion sickness patches that I got from Amazon. They're a little sticky, sort of like a plaster. You stick it on your belly button or behind your ear, and it lasts for like 3 days. And I don't know if it's a placebo effect or what, but it just tends to work for me. A selection of plasters because you never know. More plasters. A mini mosquito repellent just in case. Some blister plasters, some cleansing wipes, and skin closures. I've got some party feet cushion things. They've been in there for years. I don't even know if they still sell them, but if your feet ever get sore, great idea. Travel bands, never use them, but they're there just in case. Some skin allergy cream, 6+ Calpol sachets for if I ever need pain relief. I am not great at taking tablets, so I will be a giant child. Some earbuds, a little mosquito bite zapper, that works so well if you get any bites. We've then got some bite cream, and then the bigger pack of the motion sickness pouches. I also have in this little pouch, which kind of goes in my handbag, tissues, some Nurofen meltlets, and more Calpol sachets. So just there, just in case. Hopefully I don't ever have to use any of it, but it's just there, just in case. If you have a fall, if you injure yourself, if you're very unwell, certainly go to the medical centre. There are fully equipped medical centres on board, but just have some bits and pieces there so you don't have to pay the fees. Final pouch is my new tech pouch. So this is a Kipling toiletry bag, I guess. Yeah, Kipling toiletry bag. But I am using it to house all my tech stuff, and it fits, which is great. So in the front pouch here, I have got multi-charge cables. I see so many people when doing packing videos and they have a charger for everything. So they have got mountains and mountains of leads. What I do instead is I have these USB leads. They have multiple different chargers. So it's got USB-C, lightning cable, and those two other, this one's got 2 lightning cables, a USB-C and that one that I don't really know what it is, but it's what I need for my Amazon Fire to use as my Kindle. And I just take that with me. I also have a second one, which I take, and it just has, so it goes, you can either have as a USB or a USB-C, and so it just saves so much time. P&O Iona does have USB ports next to the bed in the lights, and I'll show you that in the cabin tour. So I always take 2 cables, and then I know that it covers every single device I possibly have, and I don't need to take a charging cable for every single item. In this side I have my 3-in-1 charger. This charges my phone and my watch. So I've got Apple phone, Apple watch. So it charges both, and then if you had AirPods, I guess it would charge AirPods, but I only use the watch and the watch and the phone charger. But nice and compact, plugs in either by a 3-pin plug or by USB, and it just means I don't need to take a separate watch charger and phone charger with me. So that always comes. I'll link that in the description. I have 2 travel adapters. These have USB and USB-C as well as 3-pin, and they're for Europe, America, UK plugs, so I always take them. I take 2 because one plug goes down and one plug goes up, and so depending on which plug, the height of the plug, it means I can use my straighteners, because my straighteners have a really long cable at the bottom. GoPro charger for batteries, and some spare batteries. I do mainly use my DJI camera, but if it's raining or I want sailing videos, then I will use my GoPro. I have this little adapter which has multi cables, and it's just like a short cable, but it's so great if you're out and about. It's also got the pin thing for changing SIM cards if needed, but that's just really useful. I usually take a nightlight with me, but I'm not taking a nightlight with me on Iona because she does have a nightlight. I'll show you that in the videos, but rather than us having to take one like we would do on the likes of Britannia or Azura, Iona has a nightlight by the door, so we don't need to take one. So I'm not taking that with me. Other things I'm not taking with me are things like pool towel clips, because it's not a hot holiday. I don't imagine I'll be sunbathing, or my portable fan, because again, it's not going to be that warm. Last pouch then is I have my hard drive for downloading footage and my memory cards. I also have my adapter for plugging in to my computer to download my footage. I've got my laptop charger. I then have my GoPro. And then final bits and pieces, I have some GoPro accessories for the tripod, and then I have my DJI accessories for the tripod. So that's what all fits in here, and this is great because it's got so many pouches because it is a toiletry bag, but I think as a tech bag it works fantastically. There we go, so that is everything I am taking. So now time to do the packing. There we go, that is my suitcase packed. So the only thing left to go in is my evening dress. I am going to put that in at the last minute just because of the material. All that's left to pack now is my hand luggage. Final part of packing, it's almost done, is hand luggage. So as I said, I got the foldy bag. Mum and I got one each. They had a great sale on, I think it was like Black Friday. So we got them, and then we also got the crossbody sling bags. We thought these would be great, especially for our upcoming Canada and Alaska trip later in the year. So we're gonna pack my hand luggage in here. It's got so many compartments, it's so organized. It's got an expandable bottom. This is so useful for, think of disembarkation day, when you've sent your luggage off for whatever cruise line it is to store your luggage and take it off for you, but you're like, oh, I need to put my pajamas or my nightwear, I need to put my toiletries, and my bag isn't big enough. It has an expandable bottom, which means you can do it. So I love that. Right then, so in here I'm gonna put all my bits and pieces for my hand luggage that is either valuable or I want it easily accessible whilst I'm traveling. So that being said, let's get packing. I forgot that needs to go in my main case. And that is it. So you can either have the bottle outside or I might put it inside just for ease. There we go, that is all done. Hand luggage is done, main suitcase is done. The only thing left to put in is my formal dress the morning I go to Southampton. There we go, that is the pack with me for my 5-night trip to Belgium and the Netherlands. If you haven't already, do subscribe and click the like button, and I will see you all very soon.